So there's been an app that's been floating around my ad space lately called Brickit. It uses some fancy high-tech AI software to help you sort out through your Lego pile and make some unique builds. So I wanted to check it out for myself to see how it works. First, find a floor. Check. Place burrito blanket on said floor. Check. Big bag of random Lego pieces. Check. And dump them all over it. Nailed it. Let's start flattening out that pile. Remove some random bags and junk you haven't opened. Then flatten the pile out some more. Is that a horse? To scan, you start from the middle of the pile, back your shot out till you got most of the pieces in the frame like so. Then you wait for it to scan through the bricks. This took about a minute or two for me, but could be more or less depending on the size of your stash. And it takes you to this menu with different themes listed at the top of the page. I love Star Wars, so of course I picked that one. But there are plenty of others. So I was looking through the list and found this micro scale X-Wing, and I thought that would be a perfect one to try. It starts you off nice and easy with one brick and gives you an image to open up to see where that piece is located. And here's a little close-up for you. As you can see here, you can see the different pieces, but not by a specific color. So you're more likely to have like a garbage build out of this than you would matching colors, so just go wild here. At step 3, I did run into a little problem though. The software assumed I had this piece on both sides because it matches the single-sided stud so closely. It wasn't in this pile, so I canned this build, which is a little upsetting because I can always try again some other time. So I decided to go back, flatten out the pile some more, clear out some extra pieces, and scan again. Sticking with the Star Wars theme, I decided to try the micro gunship. I was a little curious about this because I was like 99% sure the pieces I would likely need for this build were not in my pile. And I was right. As you can see here, I didn't have a lot of the pieces in the build, like the front blasters, the side panels, or the hinges for the wings, so I gave up on it. For now. I'm no quitter though, so I wanted to give it one last try and found this Naboo starfighter. Looking at the image, I was pretty sure I had most of the pieces available right in front of me, so I gave it a try. Again though, I ran immediately into the same problem. The app didn't quite calculate everything right, as the first piece I needed was an inverted slope and had 2 in the pile. Great, but moving to the next step, I needed 2 more. Ugh, no bueno. I decided to carry on anyways with some random piece that absolutely didn't work, but I wanted to see how close I could get. Until I got to this step. The pieces I needed were not in the pile. Taking a look at my half-finished product, I did get a lot closer to an actual build this time. And again, I know I have those pieces elsewhere, but it didn't feel right cheating the system with this test run. I wanted to get it out of what I scanned. So I decided to give it one last try, and I went with something simpler, and with pieces I absolutely knew were in the pile, like little Grogu. And boom, I did it. And there's a sickly looking Grogu for you. Alright, so let's do some pros versus cons here. I can see where this app is going and what it's trying to do, so it's really got the potential to be there. It's just not quite there yet. There's a lot of good things that can come out of this, especially if they keep improving the product. But it still needs some work, and that's to be expected. It's a good tool for beginners to help starting to learn what tools you have at your fingertips. I'm definitely no good at building on my own, so something like this is super helpful. Another bad thing though is it shows you builds that you might not even have the pieces for. So what are you supposed to do if you don't have them? I know what you're gonna say, use your imagination, but okay, in some cases that works, but some cases it's not, like the Republic gunship. I might just not have the pieces to make that work. There's surprisingly a lot of good and different options available on this app, and even having popular themes like Star Wars was a pleasant surprise. Unfortunately, there is a pro version which limits some of the good builds that might be out there. I guess I can't be too fickle on this though, as free apps usually have a lot of ads and garbage, which this one doesn't. So I guess that's kind of a pro too? I'll let you decide that. Nonetheless though, it's still a cool little app with plenty of potential for creative learning. It's definitely solid too. It didn't require any signups, no gimmicks, and only crashed on me once. Given that this is built by an independent developer, and I've used plenty of independent developer apps, that deserves a plus in my book. So go give it a try yourself. Let others know what you think in the comments below. Well, that about sums it up for now. If you want to see more goodies like this, then click the buttons and do the clickies for subscribing and whatnot. And until next time, be good, be kind, be well.